questions.
Yeah.
A little interview.
Fire away. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you're Stuart Harrison,
Yeah.
working for the Litchfield District Council.
Yeah.
In what position are you working on the data opening initiative? Was it your idea, or?
Yeah. I was inspired by the work that My Society were doing with opening up their data. This is going back probably about 18 months now, and really then I've kind of been inspired by what's been going on in central government with the Open Data Initiative. So really I've been just trying to push it more in a public sector, local authority environment. So yes.
Was it difficult? Did you need a lot of approvals?
Thankfully no, because I'm in quite a unique position in the local authority where I am left to get on with it and do what I can, do what I want really. Well, within reason, obviously. But yeah, so I don't have that at the moment, but I'm sure as more people become aware of what I'm doing, I probably am going to be under a bit more.
But how come are you privileged? Because other people in other councils are trying to do the same thing, and it's really difficult.
It's just I'm guessing in quite a unique position in that I work pretty much alone. I do have a manager, and I do work with my manager, and I do report back to her. But she trusts me. She knows what I'm doing at any one time, so I'm literally left to get on with it, which is good.
So what's the feedback that you've gotten from the community that you're doing this? Has it been positive or negative?
Yeah. There's a small digital community in Litchfield, and they seem to be very positive around what I'm doing, and they always do sing my praises. So
that's good.
So,
and then are you trying to get them involved in contributing when you with the Open Data Initiative? Or?
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually talking to a guy who's a student at Staffordshire University, the Litchfield campus, and he's talking about doing a hack day as part of his course, and we're looking at getting some developers from Litchfield in to do a hack day around the open data that's provided by Litchfield and other organisations. So that should be interesting.
This is going because I come from a little bit of technical background, so I just have a question. Are you worried about opening up the APIs for general public? Are you worried about people using it in ways that they're not supposed to, or are you monitoring how the API is being used constantly? Because I think that's one of the kind of the negative feedback that you'll probably get from general community.
At the moment, we haven't really released anything that could be used negatively.
Right.
It's very kind of general information
so
at the moment. But really, I'm not too worried as long as as long as they. If they're using it, finding some way to get to hack into the database or something like that, then I'd be worried. But we've got, hopefully, I like to think we've got the right safeguards in place. But as far as them using data to interpret negatively, there's nothing we can do to stop them, and I don't think there should be any way that why we should stop people from using data in any way that they see fit. I don't, we live in a democracy, and the data can be used however.
What do you do with the negative comments? Do you delete them, edit them?
You're talking about negative comments?
In case there are any.
No, we don't. Unless it's unreasonable. If it's unreasonable, then we can. We'll probably talk about. Finding some way to shut them down, but negativity is good as long as it's as long as it's constructive.
Right.
And that's the problem. There are people who just like to moan.
Yeah.
And be negative for the sake of being negative, and don't come up with solutions. They just come up with problems. So.
Well, on a positive note, what have you been considering working with other communities? Just as small as Litchfield that are trying that don't have enough resources to do what you're doing, and kind of just setting them up to get started on that. Like, is there something in place that you're working towards doing that?
That would be nice. It's time that's the issue, because I've still got the other facets of my job. I am a one-man band, literally, well, 1.25-man band. So really, I don't have time. I'd love to. really would. I mean, especially as if we get more of a structure in place, we can potentially kind of share that learning. But as far as me going out to other councils and doing stuff, I just wouldn't have the time.
Yeah. Has anyone approached you? Any small communities that want to do the same thing as what Lynchville is doing?
Yeah.
Have they approached you?
There's a couple of things I'm doing some with Kettering Borough Council, just some work about opening up their planning applications. But again, that's kind of like we charge them an hourly rate that goes
Right.
back into our coffers, so that helps us from a budgetary point of view, because I'm doing a couple of hours work and we're getting some money for it, which I can then use to fund equipment or travel to conferences or advertising or something like that. So yeah.
So where do you see this open data initiative going in terms of if you have something in plan, if Lynchville has something in plan, kind of expanding that to the entire UK and kind of, because once you have something in plan, they can kind of adopt to that and go with it, and they don't have to put their money into coming up with something completely brand new if it works.
I think a lot of the leading the lead is going to come from suppliers, and I mean I know our content management system supplier is releasing an API for their systems, so it's going to come from suppliers, and it's going to take money for a lot of councils. But really, I'm trying to do as much as I can without spending any money.
Yeah.
Which is the way forward, really.
Yeah. Which is anything else you want to say?
No, not really.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No problems.